Two men want to marry me and I am spiraling. I have been agonizing over this situation for months and I can't speak about it with anyone. It has been a tug-of-war in my brain and heart for too long and I am spiraling. There are two very good men that say they love me and want to marry me. I can't hurt either of them, they don't deserve it, they are both such good men. Please help me make a decision or give me any insight at all, any comment, an opinion, anything. Despite how emotionally fueled this situation is for me, I tried to write this as objectively as I could, removing as much emotion as possible. Tom, I, F32, have been dating Tom, M36, for 2.5 years. We have been living together for 5 months. We have picked out an engagement ring and he intends to propose very soon. I met Tom at my previous workplace and we were friends for 4 months before he asked me out. Imagine the perfect boyfriend, that's him. He buys me flowers for no reason, he drives me to my appointments and picks me up from work when it's raining, he fixes things around the house, he does chores, he kisses my hand and massages my feet. He is sweet and considerate, calm and stoic, emotionally intelligent, he has a very good job and pays the rent, my phone bill, takes me on dates and we are looking at buying a house. All his plans include me and we work very well as a team. We exercise together every morning, are sexually compatible, and share a vision for the future. We live peacefully with each other, laugh a lot, communicate well, and resolve arguments well. He asks for my opinion and supports me in everything I want to do. He takes care of me and resolves all of my problems. When we have kids, he will support me if I want to stay home or if I want to work. He makes an effort to do things that are important to me, like visiting my family or driving 3 hours to pick up my sister from the airport. His family like me, but my parents are lukewarm towards him because he is of a different culture. I admit that we come from very different paths in life, but I feel his differences complements me and mine complements him. Together we make a well-rounded couple with the necessary amount of difference/tension to keep each other grounded as well as keep things interesting. Tom's dream in life is to have a family. I am confident that he will be the perfect husband and father. Tom is my foundation, my rock, and my heart craves him. Ben, I met Ben, M28, at my current workplace 2 years ago. When I met Ben, I was already dating Tom. Ben knew I was dating someone. We work very closely with each other. 6 months ago, Ben told me that he had feelings for me and he has been quietly obsessing for years and he can't take it anymore and had to tell me. I told him that I care very much for him and if I were single I would jump at the chance to date him, but I can't because I love my partner and I won't break up with him. It was difficult for us both, but Ben pulled back so that we could continue working together, but the feelings still hovered between us. He is such a good catch, attractive, great career, good work ethic, fiercely intelligent, witty, funny, and thoughtful. I admire him and respect his intelligence. We have a strong emotional and intellectual connection. I feel like I know him and understand him intuitively and he feels the same. We are so similar, he is like the male version of me. We are of a similar background and education level and I know my parents would like him. We have deep and intense conversations that I think about for days after. We have spent time together outside of work and it feels so natural to be with each other. He feels so familiar to me. He has elements of my father in him, with whom I have a great relationship. The words of Alain de Botton come to mind when he said that we won't necessarily fall in love with what makes us happy or with what is good for us, but we will fall in love with what feels familiar. Yesterday, Ben said he loves me and wants to marry me. I believe we would have a lot of passion in a relationship, as well as incredible conversations, and shared intellectual pursuits. Ben has never had a relationship before, which I think is why it all seems highly romanticized with him. But I feel him in my heart. I worry about him. I wonder whether he got home okay, if he's lonely, if he ate dinner. I could never say this out loud because it feels like such a betrayal to my partner, but sometimes I consider what my life could be like with Ben and it seems just as lovely but in different ways. I am afraid that for the rest of my life I will be thinking, what if? But I will be thinking this no matter who I end up with. Will I ever have peace in my decision? How do I stop this thinking? What do I do? Please help. Top comment. When I was in my early 20s I was in the very same position as you and I ended up marrying my Ben. Was it the right move? Who knows? I love my husband very much. But there's been a lot of issues because we were in limerence with each other. My Tom was a great guy and I did not deserve him because of what happened. I realized that, I let him go, and he found someone he was compatible with and they're perfect for each other and I'm so happy for him because he deserves to be happy. Our situation is a little different. I was really young, wasn't sober, I made a lot of hasty, rash and questionably decisions back then. You sound more settled down and of sound mind and logical, so I feel like you need to really sit back and think about how you are making Tom feel. Just because he doesn't know about it doesn't make it right. I will also bet money that he can totally tell something is going on. People aren't as dumb as you think, sometimes. Would you want someone doing this to you? I'm not gonna tell you to marry Ben because you guys don't know each other as well as you should, like my husband and I didn't. It might work out, it might not. I felt the exact same way as you did about him, more or less. But I will 100% tell you to leave Tom. You don't deserve Tom, as you have had an affair whether you want to admit it or not. Tom sounds like a lovely person, and he deserves someone who isn't going to view him as an option. Someone said to me when I was going through this, maybe you shouldn't be getting married to either of them, and they were probably right, and that's what I'm telling you now. Subscribe.